Hey y'all, I'm back at it again. Hopefully today is the redemption arc, because last stream things did not go my way so much. Enough I even titled the VOD, Don't Watch This, and yet some of you did anyway, you jerks. Let's take a look at the layout here. Okay. So, first reaction is we have both of the money bonus tiles. So there's a decent amount of that going around, and also quite a lot of scoring tiles, the three that are generally the most easy to capitalize on. In fact, the bonus tiles available definitely kind of the stronger side here, except that we're missing that spade tile. So that's going to raise competition on the digging power action some with no spade bonus card to start. First round is temple scoring, and from then on out, let's think about this. So this kind of sequencing, probably pretty good with, even abnormally good compared to how good these factions usually are. The Darklings and the Engineers, because Darklings almost always shooting for a round 2 Sanctuary anyhow, so they're super happy to get paid 5 extra points when it's what they do anyway. And Engineers usually looking for double temple on round 1. Illusion, no making fun of me. Yeah, I have a slightly robotic sounding voice today. Maybe I've had a sore throat the last couple days. So if my voice doesn't quite sound like its usual, so be it. Oh well. Also, this town scoring in round 6 is going to be a big deal. It's pretty routine for everyone to rack up the full 3 copies of that when the event happens in round 6. Okay, well, no Darklings this game. Someone else went ahead and tossed in Alchemists. Let's give ourselves, let's see, Engineers definitely looking like the most capable faction then on this board. If it wasn't the Darklings, no one was going to compete with them on this layout. Alright, yep, in they go. And we have the Chaos Magicians. Audio issues? Let's see. Let me go ahead and take a look at OBS settings. I might be able to shoot that rapidly enough. So I think that's... Let's see. That should be the... Oh, I see what's going on here. Okay. This is maxing out. Okay, Oh, I see. Alright, so this will definitely make me sound less loud than usual, but hopefully it'll stop, capping the signal strength. Yes, we have Chaos Magicians. I doubt we are going to play them. Engineers and Alchemists in the same pool, I don't know that we can, in good conscience, saddle up with Chaos Magicians. Yeah, I know that volume wasn't the problem per se, but what OBS was displaying to me was that it was, like it has a maximum signal strength it can set on the output, right? So if you just kind of imagine the signal being transmitted electronically, if you can't go above or below a certain value, then as things get louder, like the amplitude on these sine waves is going up, and you can hit the maximum and the minimum which definitely causes distortion effects, since then what should have been a sine curve is now like capped on the top and bottom. Okay. So, engineers for 30. No shockers there. Ha. Let's think about how this matchup is going to look in the starting configuration. So, there's, if we were to start here as alchemists, then, it wouldn't be so unreasonable to expect we could land a sanctuary town inside this region with no bridge. Because there won't be very much competition for these hexes. And, this one's just a single dig away, particularly to the action at game start, though that does inhibit making a shipping opening. So, engineers are the third chair faction here. Really not too interested in playing mermaids in fourth chair without Earth 1. They are one of the factions that's a little bit more reliant on having that. Yeah. And then also with Chaos Magicians, it seems somewhat unlikely with competition from the alchemists for worker power actions that, if they're the first chair, and they can't start with this card in first chair, almost certainly. So, it's really going to be down between engineers, alchemists, and happily we will bid the engineers down some. There is some worry that, I guess I'm kind of finding myself wondering, since mermaids and engineers are virtually certain to start in these two locations, will the Chaos Magicians still want this as an opening placement? It doesn't get them to a lot of the directions that they might want. But, of course, they don't have that many real alternatives. You could maybe imagine some opening here on certain matchups, but that only puts them next to alchemists at best for the start, maybe not even that. And then it's, they're not liable to receive a ton of power from here if the alchemists are playing in this situation to absorb some early. Hubert Tree, it's possible to do alright. Statistically, they have the largest gap between performance with and without Earth 1, though. Second place is Witches. You could imagine, presumably mermaids would still make a temple start, even if they couldn't get Earth 1 in this game. And then they would probably opt for maybe a Fire 1 favor, just because it's, that's a health of an income favor for them. I agree they can definitely do well without it, but only because they're kind of just so powerful in the abstract that the penalty they take for not having Earth 1, though large compared to most factions, is it still leaves them at a pretty good power level even after that. Sorry, you're saying something usually involves a round 1 dwelling rush. Can you help to make sense of that for me? Are you saying when you don't get Earth 1 as mermaids, then you always play the round 1 dwelling rush? So I'm not sure I agree with that. I think very much they're still looking to get their temple when they're paid points for it on the first round. In particular, the Mermaid Dwelling Rush is usually best done with a temporary shipping bonus tile, which isn't available. If they had that, then you can conceivably land all 8 dwellings on the first round. And also, Illusion, I am very happy that went so well for you. Take my energy, defeat your friends. Pretty surprised this is getting bid down here, but, so be it. We're still very happy if we can get Engineers at 24 points here. It's like, Engineers and Mermaids both at their best. This is a little bit favored for the Engineers, probably. But, I don't believe that this is Mermaids at their best. Halflings for a 2-point bid might not be so crazy. Depends on what the other factions were. Also, what round Spades were scoring. I assume round 4 if you're very excited about getting Halflings for 2 points. Oh, looking like it's possible we'll win Engineers. Round 4. Okay, yeah, that's pretty great, because it's a major blow to the Halflings, for sure, to have to do their spading spree on round 3. That is a big setback. They're still playable there, but that's kind of the worst where they're playable. Town scoring on round 5 is very good for quite a lot of factions, so I don't know that I would weigh that particularly heavy in your estimation there, Illusion. What other factions were you battling against? Because, Halflings for 2 points is, if you're battling some of the other really strong factions, then it's, definitely doesn't feel like a discount anymore. You're playing with one of the Fire and Ice factions, I think. Is that the Ice Maidens? Is that the one that you mean? Yeah, I'd be pretty happy about winning Halflings for 2 points in that pod, for sure. This person's, oh my goodness, Chaos Magicians have been bid down even further than Engineers now. Well, more power to them. I think one of the worst detractors for playing Chaos Magicians is if there's never a contest for this center hex. Like, Chaos Magicians, when they grab these 3, actually do pretty well. And if they don't get those, then the game is substantially more rough. There's kind of a big discontinuity in power level there. And Engineers make sure that you can never have that. Okay, so how to bid here? Yeah, I think still interested in bidding Engineers at these rates. Let's see if the insanity continues. Mermaids aren't that much of an underdog here. I definitely think they're much better situated than Chaos Magicians. I suppose they will have to do some battle with the Alchemists for hexes right at the beginning of the game on the west side here. Like, mermaids would really like to control all this and this hex. Whereas the alchemists, this is not so critical to them, but they're liable to start something like here and then make a shipping start anyway, so they'll block this first if they're given the chance. Have I played Tapestry? Nope. No, I have not. The name reminds me of Azul, which is a game that I enjoy playing 1v1 quite a lot. It's sort of Tapestry-like in aesthetic, but I don't actually know what that particular game, sorry. I would still consider this quite a bargain if I won this here. So what point do I look to drive down alchemists a little harder is the question. I do think mermaids and engineers are liable to start on these two bonus tiles in some permutation. So alchemists really ought to be able to open on the priest, and that's a big deal for them. They're also potentially a little better situated for scoring 3 towns at the game end, as opposed to the engineers may end up quitting it too. Let's knock alchemists down by 1. I'm not sure if I should be doing this or no. Like, it would be very, very sensible to... Okay, well, now I'm back on engineers for sure. Alright. We got it. And not so many points behind alchemists and chaos magicians, so we can be quite happy about that. Alchemists start here. That's liable to take less early power than starting here, because engineers won't have to wrap up around them. But it does enable for added connection possibilities that otherwise might not exist for them. Yeah, I'm happy enough to post this as a start location. I think we already know we're looking to take these two. Okay. Mermaids taking here is certainly the safer one, because otherwise if they get this cut by the alchemists, there's very little ability to, like, you basically can't access a town down in this region. You'd be looking to play all north, and connection is much harder. You need some hex in here somehow. Yeah, we will grab this one. Now one assumes the Chaos Magicians will... I mean, they only have 2 choices. They must start with a neighbor. There's really no circumventing that. So it could be here or here. And this is the classic spot, but they're already coming across here. We'll see how this goes. I agree with you, Illusion. 30-point mermaids, pretty good in any chair and sequencing. I guess we know now where, like, we're going to be getting a decent chunk of power. Okay, mermaids starting on the priest should inhibit the alchemists more. I think we have 2 choices, realistically. It could be either one of these cards. So given what we'll be looking to do, we know we're going to want an Earth 1. We're going to want to try to dig a dwelling and then upgrade a second temple. And if we can make all that happen, we'll be pretty happy about it. So that does necessitate us getting one of these dig power actions, or else that's a no-go. We'll also need to come up with a few coins. It's probably better for hitting our optimal start if we're on this card and give up the second worker. Illusion, it's hard to say. I wouldn't have thought it would be the top choice, but it's not totally insane. Right? Like, they can set themselves up for 2 quick cult rewards by having that priest at the game start. And then, as mentioned, it does cut the alchemist much harder. Less so now that they have this. Okay, Chaos Magician starting on coins. That's interesting. I would have thought the cold step as an opener would be a little better for them, because they don't need the extra 2 coins to get their sanctuary at the start. And then they don't, and then they might be able to generate extra power by jacking themselves up on the right cult. Okay, nice that the alchemists began here and not here, because that means now we're gonna get the most power. Just loads and loads of it. We'll go ahead and upgrade to make sure we don't lose that Earth 1. I think it's a defensible opening from Mermaids for sure, and I'm not even sure I took the right card after. It is very worrying to be priced in on one of these, maybe. I mean, I suppose we're not 100% locked in. We're gonna wind up with a ton of power here, so, a ton of power means we ought to be able to figure out something good somehow, I would hope. Alright, which favors for Chaos Magicians? We can, Earth 1 virtually guaranteed to be one of them. Question was always what else? Okay, Earth 2 also unsurprising. It's basically the Earth 1 and Fire 1 are pretty much must-haves for them. It's a question often of are they going to take Air 2 or Water 2, and they'll probably take Air 2 in this situation because it pays them off on Ground 2. Illusion, that is incredibly kind of you to make that assumption. I hope it will be so. Okay, let's go get that last Earth 1. There it goes. Okay. Huzzah. That is totally expected that this would get poached away. Chaos Magicians actually probably interested in taking this, because otherwise they don't get to make their sanctuary start. So then the issue is the alchemists coming after that, and I guess the alchemists are actually, they haven't received a single point of power all game long, so they won't be able to take a spade action to follow that up. I do think any move, this is the only defensible move from Chaos Magicians here. Just crazy to do anything else. Because, like, where are they even digging if they try to dig? All they can do here is, dig a hex that they can't build on, or they can get their sanctuary and have all the incomes. They're giving a surprising amount of thought to something I thought was totally automatic there. Yeah, get a bridge. Fat chance. No, the Chaos Magicians, when they picked this starting hex, they had signed on completely to getting fast 2 shipping. Right? 2 shipping lets them actually do a lot here. Oh my gosh, they took the priest. I think that is... I mean, I suppose they're trying to hit Sanctuary on round 2 for the 5 points, and then they also get to hit this cult event. I'm still skeptical that that's really so great. Hitting Sanctuary the first round gives you these 2 incomes additionally, right? That's already quite a lot, strictly more than this income. Oh my, okay. Well, we're definitely grabbing this up because we do need that spade. The question is, where do we dig? I think there's probably decent sense in taking this one. I don't expect it to go away anytime particularly soon, but alchemists may well come into these regions relatively early, and I'm not seeing a huge incentive for rushing this one instead. Let's just make sure that we can get whatever power is available. And we do get to build Dwelling in the same move. Alright. It's unclear to me which cult the mermaids and chaos magicians actually wanted to invest their priests. Sort of hard to know because, fire is the one that pays twice, but this reward is sort of fake and these rewards come really late. And, this reward's the most valuable, but no one gets to really cash it in that great a multiplicity. Oh, we have the double favor alchemists. Okay, this is going to be an interesting start, potentially. We still need some coins in order to finish off our opening, so we'll happily grab the money power action. So we're actually basically just going to start off in a strictly better situation than the alchemists will, I think. I mean, not quite strictly better because we have different incomes and pricing schemes, obviously. But it's pretty remarkable, just we'll just be 1 dwelling ahead on them. They're going to have a lot of trouble with their worker incomes. A lot of trouble. This could lead to a really, really slow start out of them. I don't particularly like the double temple alchemist opening. Alchemists are basically capped by nothing but workers most of the time. Coins are essentially infinite for them. I mean, this will allow them to get very rapid shipping, because they'll just take 2 priests' income. So that will probably let them beat the mermaids to this hex and come up here. Doesn't matter a whole ton to us. I guess we're not super duper worried about any of the battle that happens in here. Now, how much power are we going to be on for the next round? We'll be taking, I guess, 6 power as income, because we'll unlock this income and take an Earth 2 favor. It's actually kind of crazy that Earth 2 is almost out of stock. But, mermaids shouldn't be grabbing another temple anyway, so there's no chance we lose on this. Yeesh. I hope that is true, Illusion. I do think the mermaids are still in okay shape. after this opener. They're definitely the person I would be the least averse to trading spots with, but I do like our position the best. We're definitely going to be missing this income. Not a good idea to build your Engineer Sanctuary early because you lose access to the most powerful income on their board, this 5 power one, unless you've already put down the 3rd temple. So we're not going to be taking our Sanctuary for a long time. Probably not until we need it for town formation near the end of game. So I think the plan right now, we definitely do want the Stronghold in round 4. That's a pretty reasonable timing to hit it, and hopefully then we can take like 24 points off of the Stronghold power. That would be a reasonable benchmark if we hit it. Managing to grab this power action on top of the spade is definitely helpful going into the next round with some residual coins. Okay. We do have to pass last. Okay, well, amusingly enough, we can go ahead and grab this card for 2 workers. That's pretty helpful since we're going in with 4 coins, then we'll also have 4 workers to match. And it'll just kind of be like, I mean, I guess the alternative here is we could look to the dwelling, the dwelling card that has 3 coins on it, instead of the 2 workers. But I think, does seem pretty likely we'll be advancing shipping. If we advance shipping, we can do something like enact the double dig. Obviously, the Chaos Magicians and Alchemists pass ahead of us, but they won't have the power income to actually use the double dig. And Chaos Magicians, I don't think are going to want the double dig. They plausibly only want to dig this hex. So we may actually, can we lead on that double dig? We are going to take in 6 power, and that's going to put 10 tokens here and 1 up in this bowl, and that is just enough to do it. The issue would be we want 1 shipping first. So if that's how the round plays out, then we would be able to build dwelling here, here, and here, but it does require a couple extra coins to come in somehow or other. Because, of course, we have to spend just to upgrade the shipping. And then we'll be down to 0 coins, 4 workers, and all of our power going into digging. It would be nice if we could do it, though. So the alternative, if we give up on getting all of those, we can just get 2 dwellings very easily. Then we don't even need a double dig, just build here, build here. But that doesn't score too many points on that dwelling card just yet. I think I'm going to head for the workers. They're the more limited resource under current circumstances. Also just means that no one else can have this bonus card if we are slow in this round. But we probably won't be as slow in it as in round 1. Okay, that does help. That I think gives us the coins needed to make this happen. Is that right? No, that's only effectively 1 coin. So, right now, this is worth 7 power. So we get 1 coin out of that exchange. Okay. Alchemists starting their shipping already. Not too surprising. We do expect them to just spam out however many dwellings they can make it. We do have an option to put a priest here instead, but I do think advancing shipping is a little bit too worth it under present circumstances. Just all the directions we would go require that. We can double dig and then have access to these 2 for dwellings, but I don't think that's how we want to play this. That doesn't sound like a very good idea, given that this would be presumably where we would want to place a bridge tower instead. So let's go ahead and grab that shipping right now. And hopefully we'll be set for much of the game on the 1 shipping. It kind of sucks to have to sink this cost so early. But we'll do it. And still nobody else can double dig except for the Chaos Magicians who, again, probably don't want to. We'll see. Illusion, I don't need any more pressure. This is my redemption arc, remember? Okay, that's an interesting move. Well, we'll happily sign on for the power, I suppose. Yeah, okay, I guess it makes sense. And now in 1 more dig, they actually do have a central town. And linking down to here is not even so bad. That, on the other hand, is quite bad. Losing access to both digs. Very much not what we want to have happen here. So this could be a really big problem. I guess it saves dwellings to construct for the dwelling scoring round, but that's a pretty weak rebuttal here. I think we'll take this stack of money as recompense, if it even exists coming around to us next. Yikes, all of a sudden this is a lot scarier. A lot. Okay, so we'll bag 2 more workers as income. And with this, we should be able to drop a lot of dwellings. But this is still a very large setback. I don't think it makes sense for us to try something like executing a hard dig here. Maybe it's okay, actually. Hard digging this space does actually grant optionality to build on both of these still, now that we have 1 shipping. So it's kind of like we lose the 3 workers. We do save the power though. And then in exchange for that, we do get 2 back immediately. So it pays for itself decently quickly. I love this song too, Illusion. Okay, so if we enact that plan, we're still gonna need to spend power as money. Um, we're short too much money right now, no matter how this winds up panning out. So we'll go ahead and wrap up that power action now. Did you play this game as a kid at all? No, I did not do that. I was a very good girl. I took pains to carry the baby penguin gently to its mother. Wow, I'm so nice. As for mermaids already, yeah, no shocker they'd go for the dwelling scoring card. Because mermaids, oh, they're at 2 shipping. If they made it to 3 in the next round, they could build so many dwellings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Yeesh. Alright, so if we do want to hard dig a space and then build both of these, I'm actually noticing it only pays back one worker. Because we hit that odd branch point the engineers have. Okay, mermaids are about to take as power income 0 power. So they're still not going to be able to double dig at the start of the next round. They would have to gain just 1 more power, and it doesn't look like that's going to happen. So that means if we can open on the double dig for the next round, then I'm inclined to just hold our resources and do that. And then we can double dig here, and build both of those, and then this one. And then we'll still have 3 workers remaining. You know, it may be sensible enough to suppose that what we want is, that we do want to hard dig just 1 hex this round, since it will pay back one of the 3 workers used to do that. And we have plenty of other spaces that are in need of double digging for the next round. So I think I'm inclined to do that here, but I don't really fancy losing this bonus card, which is surely going to vanish to the Chaos Magicians. They don't have another move left to make. And then they'll be one step ahead of us also in the order to may be able to take digging actions. So let's not. Let's just make an early pass here. How much power are we going to take when we grab this card? We will be at +7 power, so we can store all of that. Yeah, let's go ahead and make that the pass then. I appreciate the pun illusion. Please don't think that it went unnoticed. That said, I do not feel the obligation to laugh. Okay, so we do manage to slide in position 2 for next round, and ahead of the mermaids who can't actually enact the action we want. So that's really good news for us. I imagine we're going to be competing for double dig as basically as often as possible this game, because, you know, that's really, as engineers, we are not getting digs by any other route. Upgrading digs is just far too expensive for our faction, with the reduced costs and commensurately reduced incomes. So, since we can't get it from a bonus tile, it's just gotta be this power action as much as we can. We do have an option to dig this to a mountain and dig this green. And it's probably not one we're maximally thrilled about. I think we really do just want to put down as many dwellings as possible on this next round. It would stink to lose this. I guess alchemists at this point, it's, they have two places that they could conceivably choose to dig for their next dig. And it'll be one of these. And they don't have any need to make it this one over that one. So if we're too slow on this, we will just lose access to these hexes, which sucks. Alright, lots of resources, but not in the happy way, because unfortunately us having lots of resources mostly comes about because we didn't get to spend them last round. Very unhappy. Yeah, I'll go ahead and grab both of these. We may actually have the option via shipping to form a smaller town in here at the end of the game. That could be... No, I guess that's not too likely because we're going to need a sanctuary in here to make a town. Alright, if a miracle occurs, then this will still exist when it's our turn again. I'm not very optimistic about that. Oh my gosh. Maybe? No, I can't imagine. The mermaids will surely want to pinch this, right? Maybe not. I'm actually surprised mermaids didn't advance the third point of shipping so that they could build 1 million dwellings on a dwelling scoring round. That is pretty mystifying to me. Okay, so alchemists, what have they that's left to do? They did put down tons of dwellings right at the end of last round, but that means that they can't put down as many this time. And all the 3 spots on the cults are poached. That seems fine. I think we can invest our... if everyone else wants to compete in cults, then we're just as happy to not. But we'll use our priests to cash workers on this cult event right here, round 4. Just because there's enough people low on fire that we can feasibly outcompete here. Taking like second place would be a pretty fine ordeal. And then we can get paid both of these incomes. By some miracle, we have so many power tokens left in the cycle here that it's actually not insane to imagine the world where this income amounts to something. Almost never does, but maybe this is the game where that 4 power matters as an income on round 5. Usually it can only matter in the early rounds. Okay. Somehow the mermaids didn't dig, and you're not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth. We get to do this now. So this is the spot that I'm most interested in securing here, because it means we're connected on 2 shipping. I don't think... There's no tile where if I dig it, it would give me access to 2 spaces. That would be true if I upgraded shipping one time first, but I don't... I still have this lingering belief that alchemists will probably take a dig, or mermaids will, or something. So like I want to use this right now while I can. So this is the spot. Now we can lay down 2 more dwellings and end right after this block of 2 worker incomes, just before the break, so that we're getting the most efficient exchange rate possible on this income. So after we drop all those dwellings, it's just 2 more. We're still going to be sitting on 3 workers and 4 coins, and that's a lot. I'm hopeful we can save up enough power somehow that, next we'll build this one. If we manage to save up enough power somehow, then maybe we can double dig at the start of the next round as well, because I'm very interested in hunting down this space at this juncture. Should I have dug the center red to slow the Chaos Magicians? You're referring to digging this yellow was available this round? That is a double dig for me. That is actually, it would have been an interesting option, right? If I hadn't dug here and here. So I can spend both digs on this one tile, and then build both of these. Oh, the red below the yellow. Perhaps, I think I'm a little less, I hurt my own score by digging this one, because as I spent both spades, I managed to gain access to 3 terrain spots out of the, from 2 digs, whereas this one's only 2 terrain spots from 2 digs. Digging this one is just as good as taking that in terms of in terms of how many spaces it gives me. I guess it's not a huge slow to the Chaos Magicians, but actually it would have been a good play. Well, would it? So it gives me access to this then to follow up. And that's, so the fact that I could build an extra dwelling on the dwelling scoring round, that's actually probably worth it, just as is. The issue, the only possible issue, is if I somehow lose this hex, connecting becomes more annoying. I'll need a 3rd point of shipping. But you're definitely correct. I think I'm not in a special fear of losing this hex, so had I dug here first, yeah, I would have slowed Chaos Magicians quite a bit more, and then I could be building out here too. Yeah, skip the bridge. There's definite benefits. Of course, we're going to wind up wanting bridges in the not distant future, regardless, but, you know, it's nice to have more flexibility about where we get to put them. So I assume the line by alchemists involves procuring a stronghold here. They've already delayed it quite a lot, and they'll want the stronghold so they can dig a gloomy shop, and then have their spades all the way upgraded, and their shipping all the way upgraded. You know, they're holding back on this intentionally, so that the gloomy shop can buy them both and save them 2 pieces instead of 1. Yeah, it definitely was a missed opportunity not to take this hex. That's a good catch, Hubert. Oh well. There's not much I can do about it at this point, but it definitely a missed opportunity. It may actually be possible for me to just really go all out here on 2 shipping. One advantage of having taken this tax as opposed to this one is that since I'm going to have enough residual resources for a shipping upgrade, I can then use the 4 workers to build out both of these. And that's pretty sick. No, we're taking so many points on this dwelling scoring round. So many. And it's going to do awesome things for our worker load moving forward too. And we'll already be connected onto shipping. The issue we'll encounter is that we'll be very short coins. Hopefully we can jump onto a card bonus tile like this one to fix the money problem. Or the dwelling scoring card will be in pretty good shape for us since we'll start the round with 7 of them down. Even the shipping scoring card quite good. Like, we have a lot of cards that help out here. Unfortunately, we might get forced into taking the cult step in 4 coins. Just because we will need the money very desperately, and it's hard to imagine that 7 money is going to stick around as long as we need it to make this a reality. Because we still have 3 actions left to take here. Upgrade shipping, build both of these. Alright, there goes the shipping bonus. I mean, I guess that vacated the dwelling scoring card, which is the better one for us of the 2. But still. Let's make those points. We'll go ahead and up our shipping. This may become something of a priority for us to try and dig. And I say that just because then we'll be able to build on all these hexes as well, cheaply. I think, given how things are shaking out, the 2-town plan looks like what's going to happen here. It's not impossible that it could be 3. You could definitely imagine making 1 here, 1 in here, and then 1 down here would take a hefty chunk of digging. Okay, dwelling scoring card went away now, so it's just... Actually, we have a good shot to get that 7 money that we want. And I say this just because Alchemists are probably a lot more interested in getting the scoring card and 2 workers than taking money, which they can produce ad infinitum. Alright, let's go ahead and get ourselves in here. Wait, what? No, let me just build it. There we go. Okay. So much score coming out for us this round. You know, with town scoring round 6 and us intentionally delaying the towns artificially long, like, I guess, you know, we know to put 1 bridge in each of them. There is no trading post scoring round in here, so it's conceivable we could skip on a water 1 favor. If there's not a great time to take it otherwise. So we'll go ahead and bird 1 power for the coin and get this final dwelling. Woo! So many points. Now, unfortunately, this round, what we don't get is enough power to do efficient digging. So we're probably just going to be banking up power for a round until we can, all of a sudden this hex not as important. I'd rather secure this one down here so that we can be assured of making a town in this direction in the end position. Whereas, this up here already has enough hexes to town up. Yeah, definitely gotta be all this money. Okay. Ooh. Well, I guess I'm somewhat happy that I made a bedtime story for you, Illusion. A little less happy that I was so dull, but so be it. Has it been a long day for you? I definitely know that at the end of a hard day of work, for me, it's pretty easy to wind up nodding off, no matter what I do afterwards. Okay, whatever happens this round, we're looking to not take too long before the pass. The reason I say this is that for next round, we're going to want to be high in the queue to use digging power actions once we actually have power to do that. I mean, I guess we did just pick up the ability to do a single dig right now. Oof, insomnia troubles are no fun. Sorry, Illusion. That sucks. Okay, so where do we want to put our stronghold? Something to ask ourselves. We do want to get it now. And that is going to cost 4 workers and 8 coins. This is about what we got. And of course we'll want bridges to go with it, because otherwise we're scoring in slow motion from that stronghold. So probably we're taking this power action. Hopefully we can leech a little more power before we have to. And the rationale there being that then we don't burn so many power tokens. I don't want to burn to exactly 6. It makes it tricky to get this in efficient fashion. Let's see. We know we have 2 workers left after the upgrade, and that can be made to work for dropping in another bridge. So, that doesn't leave really anything to do with the priest. So we can go ahead and get our dude in here so that on the fire cult we take an extra worker at the end for next round. And then it also gives us the 1 power now before the bridge action. So let's do it like that. That sounds wonderful. Oh, I'm dumb. Whoops. That we need to get a 3rd one in order to have the power for the bridge action. So it's actually plausible now I wanted to invest in Earth. It burns 2 less power tokens. A very big shame on that. Whoops. I thought it was just a gap of 1. Oh well, we will still procure an extra worker out of having done that. I do love this song too. Tea, definitely a good way to wake up. Especially if you don't drink it quite so warm. I can't do tea myself because I'm severely caffeine intolerant, but I do think that, it would be nice. I really wish that I could partake of caffeine more often, but I basically can't ever. Oh, okay, there we go. We just got the power we needed. So, favors are disappearing as people make these upgrades. Let's see what's gone. Chaos Magicians already took... Okay, so all the water ones have disappeared on us. Yeah, I'd said that conceivably we could skip at this game, and we don't really have time for it in this sequence regardless. So, it's not that big a deal that we lost on the water one. Fire 2 maybe gonna be, since we're actually aiming for 3 town engineers, Fire 2 maybe gonna be better regardless. Oh, even more. Okay, that's lovely. So that means we're not going to have to burn any power tokens to do everything we need to do. The only action we have that might get cut left for the round, I mean, I guess actually we could just open up and double dig right now, but I think getting the stronghold on the stronghold scoring round, plus the 2 bridges down, probably more worthwhile. So, yeah, I'll just hold power and try to double dig on the next round. Right now, we can throw some bridges in. Unfortunately, there's still 3 actions left for us in this round. Okay, fire's all locked up, so that gives us some hope that maybe we will finish off of this meager investment at 2 points in the end game on the fire cult. If we can take crumbs on the cults for so little investment, I will be very happy about it. We only get 2 priests left for the rest of the game. Unless we make a temple earlier at some point. I guess we probably will at least be making the sanctuary here, but that's probably a final round ordeal. Okay, what to do next? I think I want to put the stronghold down here, because otherwise I can't reap the benefits of a Fire 2 favor tile on this town. If I put the stronghold in here, then I still need a sanctuary to make it town up. So that's 7. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it will be 6 with that dwelling. So really the upgraded buildings ought to be happening here. I guess rather than giving the alchemist 2 instances of power for free, I would rather make them pay points for it, since they're going to get power capped regardless. Though, actually, never mind, because double dig is still available for alchemists. They're probably going to be taking that as soon as they can, so let's make them take another action before they get to it. This does seem better. Does all tea have caffeine? No, not all tea has caffeine, but a lot of tea has caffeine. It's always a dicey game, knowing if you're getting caffeine in your tea. Just because it says herbal or green tea, do not trust that it's caffeine-free. Look elsewhere on the label for it to say no caffeine. Okay, fine, then you don't have to do it, Illusion. I'm just throwing this out there for people who care about such things. Okay, Chaos Magicians are really hurting for coins. I guess it's not surprising. They skipped the Fire 1 favor, which I painted as one of the essential ones. I took the Water one very early. I don't think that's working out for them. Oh my gosh, it's the Chaos Portal. Alright, looks like we've identified yet another board game arena bug in this implementation. So apparently the Chaos Portal coming into existence does not grant power to adjacent structures. And I mean, you could kind of see how it would be easy to make that oversight in programming this. Definitely a very easy oversight to make. Alright, alchemists have put themselves off of Double Dig. Interesting. Because they're still not making any motions towards upgrading digging. You know, they already maxed shipping. They haven't gotten the stronghold. I think it's a big mistake skipping on the stronghold. This is almost as good as 6 points a turn. Fine, I'll make a coin. 1 coin. And there is our stronghold. And then we can end this round tossing in 1 more bridge. And that works out very nicely for us. Let's take 6 points this round, then 9 and 9. Very glad he didn't Chaos Portal here. I mean, that would have been really bad for him, but would have been really bad for us too. And I think actually it might be more damaging to us. I don't know. Like, this is not a spot he can connect network-wise. That seems virtually inevitable. But it does get... I mean, I guess we could double bridge. No, we can't even really. We're going to want to bridge for this one. Well, regardless, no need to worry about it anymore. Okay, Chaos Magician's taking the first pass. They're only getting 5 power income, so they won't be able to perform a double dig. We are taking 8 power income. That's enough to give us... we've easily got a double dig queued up for next round as our first action. So as long as we can pass ahead of these two folks, we get to start off on the most important action for us. So that's good. In particular because it's a dwelling scoring round, and you never want to miss out on a dwelling scoring round. That's big game. Sure, more power. That's probably just going to be coins at an inefficient conversion rate for us. Okay, so if he has made the stronghold, then it seems like he burned an extra priest by advancing shipping the way that he did. Whereas he didn't have to if he gloomy shopped for it. This is an interesting start. Okay, well, Alchemists definitely have more actions left in this round. We don't want to give them access to this double dig. We want to make them at least pay the hard way for their gloomy shop build. So let's not grant power right now. What do we want to... Oh, we just put in our bridge somewhere. Doesn't really matter. May as well get it down here. Just because then we keep the option to double bridge here if we somehow lose this, maybe. It doesn't seem too likely that that's going to be the case. No, you know what? I guess we actually could build a town in here without a bridge. That's whatever. It doesn't really matter. In it goes. Now, we can take the 24 points we described from game start from our stronghold power. So many. Alchemists kind of turning the corner economically, maybe? I don't know. It doesn't feel like they've bounced back in a great way. Okay, mermaids did pass in front of us. How much power income do they have? 2. 2 power income for mermaids means that they will have 2 in bowl 3, 7 in bowl 2, and that is insufficient for them to double dig. So we are guaranteed a double dig next round as long as we don't, as long as the alchemists don't pass here, but it seems unlikely when they have 1 billion workers. Okay, they've gone up the exchange track once. I guess now they are going to dig a gloomy shop the hard way and then finish out their exchange. And then they will be turbo diggers, and this will disappear in short order. Okay, how much additional power can we accept? Currently, we're gaining 8. And that's enough to move... Okay, so we can take 1 power more. I don't think that means we want to convert into coins. Oh, yes, we do, because we're going to grab this shipping card. Score for shipping. We need to start getting onto the scoring bonus tiles wherever possible. It's too late in the game not to. So, conversions. If we do this first, now we can accept a total of 11 power, which is exactly what we get when we take this card. And this means alchemists don't get a scoring tile. Super happy, because they would have happily eaten up that shipping one. They're max shipping already. Very good to deny scoring bonus tiles wherever possible. So I'm winning? I don't know. Am I winning Illusion? That's not obvious. There are definitely edges that other people have available that we do not. Like we're missing a Water 1 favor. It is nice that we have so many points now coming for free on the Stronghold that we don't have to work to set up anymore. But, they haven't all paid out yet. They're just going to pay out over the course of the round slowly. Okay, there's the shop. One assumes he'll be advancing on the dig track, so now Alchemist digs are maxed out. So that does set up pretty decently for a dwelling scoring round for them. They actually have enough power now that they can use this double dig, but I don't know why they would want to. These are just workers for them at this point. Okay, Illusion, I'll stay super cheery. No gloom for you. Okay, nifty enough if that goes down. So if alchemists are setting up for a triple town, I guess we can assume now we're gonna... Sure, obviously we see one off of this. I would have anticipated one up here and one down here, but the gloomy shop's placed over there, so actually it might just be on both sides here and then down here, and then these are just part of the connection. Yeah. Yep. Oh, goodness. Not a great sign as alchemists when you're passing on to the 6 coin card. I mean, it's okay. But it's just a less efficient version of the point scoring cards. Okay, so we have tons and tons and tons of power, and a lot of workers, and what we don't have is any money. That will be abated for the next round, because we'll have some upgraded trading posts. But, we can use our power here we'll just rely on trading post upgrades to do this. Okay, well, now the only temptation to compete with a double dig is gone regardless. So, happy to double dig here. In particular, if we keep taking this double dig away, this is... Other factions need to dig, and no one's gone and upped their digs except the alchemists, so they're only coming through this. Where do we want to make this happen? We definitely want this hex. And one assumes over here is correct. even though we can't quite get it all the way to the color we would want. Is taking this just as good? No, I guess it isn't. Okay. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and lead off with our super big powers, like so. It does actually make a huge problem for the mermaids if we dig this tile, which may be worth doing, just for cutting them off. The alchemists have so many spots they can town at already, and digging here, it gets us closer to founding this town, but does not actually get us, doesn't get us an extra spot to build on the dwelling scoring round. So I actually kind of like doing this one right now. Because Mermaid's going to be in a super duper tough spot. They can't finish out this town unless they double dig that hex, which Alchemists might actually cut as part of making a town here. So I kind of like stealing this out. Yeah, let's do that. So Mermaid's definitely in pretty good shape here, especially on this pass tile that's going to score them so many points this round. So let's be that jerk. We can do this. Mermaids could also make a town taking, like, this hex, or there's a variety of triple dig spots they have access to, but this is their double dig one. Probably nice to grab this as our next power action, because the only alternative is using 2 workers, though if we're just going to be spending workers as coins anyway, it's actually more efficient to build the bridge for 2 workers, and then use the 3 power as 3 coins. So maybe we don't grab that. Yeah, actually, the more and more as I'm thinking about this, we are just going to be spending our workers as for power. So it is much better for us. Do the Chaos Magicians really want the bridge? Maybe? The Chaos Magicians can still dig around here for a full town. I don't think they're in desperate need of a bridge, actually. We could very easily discover that they play no bridges if we don't interfere with that, so I'm not going to try. I'm just going to go ahead and grab this before anything nefarious happens. Yeah, and then the rest here will just be... We'll upgrade a trading post so we have a little more monetary income. Like, upgrade it here so that we have complete towns as soon as this is a sanctuary. If we can absorb just a tiny bit of power, we would need 2 points, but okay. Well, we got some power, and now we know that they are looking to complete the town here. Given that they dug that. Like, this wasn't actually... Oh no, I guess they needed either this hex or one of these 2 hexes for connection. Either works equally well. So they had to dig it to connect regardless, may as well complete up here. But if they aim to build a town here, we're going to absorb quite a lot of easy power. So that's very happy. One downside of taking this is if I play the bridge in here now, I lose out on 5 points. So that's... Yeesh. Maybe I don't build the bridge anymore. It's probably just as well to get 2 trading posts, if I'm being honest. So let's see, which of these would we rather have the trading post in? I guess I feel like I'm a little more worried about the Chaos Magician's position, actually. So let's not bequeath them that power. Are we going to be able to dig enough hexes here to make a town out of this next round? I mean, it is a lot of digging, 3 hexes. It may well have been better if I didn't take this, so I could bridge here and have one of the digs taken care of. Yeah, seems like a mistake, though I do know a lot of power's coming in here now. Maybe the Fire 2 plan is actually not needed. Oh no, but I still have to upgrade Sanctuary and take some favor anyway. So yeah, I guess Fire 2 it is. We can start getting on some money income. It's about time, really. Okay, this hex is eaten up, and so mermaids now only have triple dig options to complete this town. So we did wind up kind of kicking them in the crotch with that. But that's good, right? Like, mermaids are in a pretty commanding position, definitely happy to get in their way so fiercely. Oh, mermaids going for the bridge. Okay, I guess that saves them needing a spade to finish this town by Coral Reef, and that's more spades they can use to try to finish this one? I don't know, I think they've been put in a really hard spot here. Okay, where do we want our priests? I think probably prudent to have a go at the Earth Cult, just because it gives us the most power to attempt it. So if we try air, that is passing more people. And I guess mermaids have kind of given up on water. Or we don't actually have to invest the priest right now since it isn't giving any immediately usable reward. Well, but no, if we invest the priest right now, then we possibly stay live long enough in this to upgrade 2 more trading posts, and that's actually a pretty big deal. Because we are going to need a lot of money for the next round. Like, Sanctuary alone as a starter is kind of a hefty coin count. It's 6. So let's hang in this. No, but if we don't pass early, then losing access to the double dig basically ends us in terms of getting this town. We're just done. Cannot have. Can we try to outweight the mermaids here in actions? I don't think so. It would be nice to grab their dwelling scoring card. Come on, let me pick the damn thing. There we go. Passing early enough to gain access to the double spade here, I think is worthwhile. Okay, how much power can we store? We can store 19 still. We're not gaining anywhere near that. But is losing this much this late actually good? Quite... I'm gonna guess that we want it tentatively. We do have a lot to do in this next round. Now people will of course race for this shipping card. It may have been wise to delay longer so that fewer opponents could be on scoring cards. Now I've sort of guaranteed the unfortunate circumstance where... Oof. Okay, we're gonna have so much power coming in. Banjo-Kazooie music? Ugh. I'll find more for you next time, I'm sorry. But it seems it's not to be today. Okay. Alchemists actually aren't going to want to do this hex now, somewhat amusingly, because they're trying to town here, here, here. So if they dig this one and connect through, this can only be one time. This is a much better rate to take it at. But how far are we from a power cap? So we're taking in 9 power. Yeah, we can still accept this. Okay. Okay. We have a lot to do this round. Let's hope that taking all this has been worth it. And Alchemist, of course, can end with a Dwelling scoring card. I am thinking more and more it was a mistake to early pass. We really needed to be exercising more control over what got to happen in here. And of course, we're just not going to have a lot of coins too moving into this round. Banjo is indeed a banger. There are a lot of great songs in that game. My favorite one is the Freezy Peak too. For those familiar with that old game. Okay. They grabbed fire too? They did grab a fire too. Okay. And we took down even more power. Hey, here's a Banjo-Kazooie song for you. YouTube knew exactly what you wanted. How fancy that. It would be amazing if we could grab both of these actions. I doubt it's going to happen. That seems a little miraculous to hope for, but maybe? If we go first and we take this, I don't think anyone's going to be able to take Double Dig except Alchemists, who of course won't be interested in it. That this is just a strictly better action for them. Banjo-Kazooie is pretty wonderful. Okay. Nope. Crumb. Chaos Magicians. Oh, right. People are taking power from the Fire Cult income. So, actually, let's see. Can other people double dig? Mermaids still can't. Okay, that's not a good sign when Chaos Magicians lead off with their double turn. I mean, obviously they would, but it means probably we're going to lose access to power actions we want here. And I can't imagine they don't want this. We can't even take power. We're capped all the way. So which town do the Chaos Magicians take? Double Key, obviously the best town very early in the game. Not so obviously such a great choice late. But, it's still their pick. Now they have another turn, thanks to their time slot. And yeah, okay, unsurprisingly, this is gone in a flash. I think we can make this happen by picking up enough of these, enough of town tiles that grant money. It should be possible. More what I'm worried about is, losing access to this double dig power action. I guess mermaids can't take just yet, but they sure can if I do the other thing I need to do and upgrade for that Fire 2 favor. So let's, we'll see if it's possible. Very sorry about stream quality. Okay, sorry, mermaids actually up there digging. That's interesting. Okay, so that's how they're planning to finish this town out. And they have the resources for it, too. So the mermaid's still get a 3-town. No refunds, the illusion. All sales are final. You fools gave away your time to me watching this stream, and now it is... you get it. Okay, interesting. So the town is founded here, but it would be pretty inconvenient for us if the alchemists decided to take away these spots. I'm not sure that that's something that we're actually so worried about. Okay, they did grab 11 points. Do we want to lose more points at this stage? I think not. I think we've got everything that that we would need here. It's just going to be trading post upgrade, build dwelling, or build bridge tower, build dwelling, and then end with 4 things left on our map. And so that only takes 3 of the coins. Let's go ahead and decline this. Pretty worrying that, we're not ahead on points and we're doing so badly on the cults. And it's, not clear that we're really winning network either. I think we can take, I have confidence in us to get 2nd in network, maybe? It's actually not even obvious we can defeat the mermaids, because, no, mermaids are going to be too structured. They need to have found 2 more. They have a lot of work to do. We can probably get 2nd in network points. But alchemists are, they have a big score, and they're in shape to win the network. So let's go ahead and dig this to a bridge tower. Grab the last scoring town tile before it's gone. Okay. FT point jump. Huzzah. Yeah, illusion, it's not gonna be stable. I'm sorry. There's not much I can do until this game ends. So all we have left to do, upgrade a trading post, build a dwelling. Just does a little better for our network score. That's probably not even our next priority, if I'm being honest. I want to secure another priest in the air cult. I would very much like to take 2nd for such stupendously low investment here. Then, we even, if the mermaids put a priest here to jump up, we can even bump 1 more to make sure we win on that. So, we'll get some cult crumbs. Some. But definitely want to get this under wraps. No conversions. It'd be nice if we could dig here to then build these, but that's too rich. It's not happening. So what points do we have left to collect in this game? Oh, honestly, we'll get another 2 building the dwelling. We'll get 9 when we pass. Very foolishly, I early passed in a situation that wasn't going to get me a nice bonus card. And I think that's liable to be my undoing here. This doesn't really look like a winning position to me. But I haven't counted it up yet, so we'll see what happens. Okay, mermaids have gotten their last town. They do still have enough resources to build 1 dwelling. Actually, they can... No, we're definitely not going to lose all that. So mermaids are going to be most interested in using their priests to... Oh, well, not anymore, they won't be. Okay, so Chaos Magicians have 1 on the red tracks. Let's go ahead and actually, if we'd accepted a little more power, it would have been completely out of the question to think we could dig a space. But we are running out of resources to actually keep doing things with. So it's somewhat immaterial anyhow. Let's make this a trading post so we can build the final dwelling. Everyone's keeping themselves in a power-capped state so that you can't avoid granting free power on this TP upgrade. If alchemists want to keep going to finish this town, they are going to need to expend some coins. Yes, no, they can use power and make a trading post upgrade if they do have trading posts, yes, okay. Easy enough then. Please win. I'm trying, Illusion. I am trying. But I don't think I'm actually winning. Okay, single spade grabbed by Chaos Magicians. That's just a network size ploy. We'll happily... Actually, is this really where I want to compete? So, I mean, what do mermaids have left to do in this? Not tons and tons. I think I should take this. No? They're actually, alchemists don't even need to dig this ever to connect. So, it's quite plausible that it's a higher priority for me to invest in this earth cult. Just to make sure I'm outside of the mermaid's reach on cult play. I guess they only have 1 priest anyway, but I'd rather get the 2 power for coming out here and leading them. I guess I can bump on the fire cult to go plus a point and minus a point for alchemists. That actually might be worth it, so I'll keep the option open and see how this unfolds. Okay, Mermaid's still cranking up shipping. They capped it out. They have. Okay, so Mermaid's actually not going to play on any cult. So good thing we didn't invest here. We want to take 2 power and knock the Alchemist down a peg. I don't actually think that's how that's going to happen. They have 2 priests left. They could very plausibly just use 1 to inch past us there anyhow. But if we don't attempt it on the grounds that we know we can't take 3rd place here, then they can still use their 2 priests to come tie us in air regardless. So it doesn't actually help at all. Okay. Alchemist down to the dregs of the towns that are available. The kind of decrepit that taking 8 power and 6 points is the best they have, but it is actually, so they'll do it, I guess. And then they can use the extra power to make an extra priest. Pass from Chaos Magicians. We're gonna pass ahead with a comfy lead on them, but not huge, given that they're beating us in the network. We've got them because we have them covered in network, even if they're winning on calls. This is really just a question of how we want to. Yeah, where do we want to invest these? Probably in our best interest to try on this one. And just then alchemists at least have to use all their priests to come and beat us here, tie us here, etc. Kind of the best that we can hope for. Clearly it's a waste to advance in Earth now. We can upgrade a trading post somewhere and then build a dwelling, except we have no spots to build on. So if we upgrade the TP, that's that's only paying out a point. It doesn't actually give us back anything because we don't have a 1/1 favor. So, fire it is. And then our next move is a pass, and we pray. We pray so hard. Let's see. What are exactly the network scores? So Chaos Magicians still have 6 buildings on the map. Mermaids also at 6. So if mermaids don't build something here, then okay, I guess they obviously can build something here, though. They'll just, for network's sake, they'll dig this blue and then build a dwelling. Or apparently they'll upgrade a trading post instead. That seems worse. Because now their network is not passing the Chaos Magicians. I think that's just a straight misplay from them. They're unable to build the requisite 1 extra space. I don't think that saves us from losing to them, though. They're still about to take 9 points on the pass, same as us. And they're also going to defeat us on cults. It's not super happy. As I'm counting this, I think we've actually only taken 3rd place. Oh, this is a real shame. Network dying, not even winning. Oh well. There's quite a lot of spectators here. I think, let's see. Let's try and count exactly how much alchemists have. So they're up a virtual 6 on us by virtue of network. But they're also gonna pass and read some massive dwelling scoring number. I think all 8? Let's see. Oh, okay. Alchemists have decided that they're gonna pass us up on this call. Well, that's kind of a shame, and there's not a lot we can do about it. We just gotta pass and hope the universe is kind, but it won't be. At least we are solidly ahead of Chaos Magicians. Mermaids, we definitely can't make up this gap. How even did they take quite that many? I mean, I guess they just, all their favors were income. Or at least the first one was income. That helps them some. It's kind of a shame to think that, given how much we had to scrounge for extra coins. Oh, hey, Frames Ahead. Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you here. Unfortunate you should choose to join now at a moment where the stream quality is suffering massively. Oh, you're one of the players in game. Yeah, Is that even really true? Because with Earth 1, you capitalize for, twice, assuming you can build the same number of dwellings, which you presumably can't, you'll score twice as many points. I actually think that it makes more sense to double down, and take all of those if the dwelling scorings occur at times where you can really milk them hard. I think it makes more sense to double down and grab an Earth 1 so you can just milk those all the harder. Because it's very rare that anyone can take more points from things that aren't dwelling scoring than things that are. Not too happy for us. This is definitely just 3rd place. Some very nice scores coming out from Mermaids and Alchemists, though. It's maybe not so unexpected from Alchemists, but the Mermaids are really, really quite far ahead. That one is actually kind of funny illusion. I have a laugh. Yep, GG, well played all. So ordinarily, if we finished it this time, I'd contemplate running with another one right now. But given that network quality is suffering from foolish roommates unplugging cables, I think I'm going to go ahead and kill the stream early tonight and go ahead and fix that and yell at them profusely so that they don't do that again. So that means that you all won't be seeing me until Thursday. But hopefully I'll see some of you back then. It was nice playing against you frames ahead. And enjoy your evening.